Welcome back, everyone, to more Global War 1936, Operation Lone Ranger. Kaiser Khan here with you today. We are doing turn 10 for Nationalist Spain and for Germany. So let's get right into it. For Nationalist Spain, kind of the same old, really not expecting any moves this turn. I think we barely outnumber the Republicans, who are just kind of holding out here in Catalonia. So I mean, maybe we could do one round of combat and kind of see how it goes, but I just still don't think the odds are in our favor, really, and we'd just be throwing units away. So let's move straight on to, let me do this. Not that it really matters, but I'm going to move this medium armor up to Madrid. So that'll be our only non-combat move. Okay. And let's move into Germany. I do need to mention something from last video, and that was during the United States turn. And it has to do with the Monroe Doctrine. So the United States' ability to go on escort duty is not dependent on the Monroe Doctrine per se. It's more dependent on the fact that you can only go on escort duty while the United States is still at peace, but yet they've hit income 35 when they can go on escort duty. It has to be within, it has to be 3 sea zones away from the U.S. coast. So, I just kind of moved the ships back. I think I had some ships here in A44, maybe A35. And then some up here in A20. So I think the reasoning for the U.S., for the rules allowing for the U.S. to go on escort duty, isn't necessarily to help the British out. It's more to give the United States the opportunity to set up so that the Germans, when they declare war, don't just get basically a freebie at any American convoy lines. So, so that the United States, it really isn't like caught by surprise, I guess. Because, the Germans wouldn't be able to convoy raid these lines anyway, because they're not allowed to enter into Monroe Doctrine protected seas. Otherwise, that would trigger a war. So I think the purpose of escort duty is so that it allows the United States to get set up before they go to war. All right. So we just move these guys and put them on escort duty. And not that I think that the U.S. and Germany are going to go to war this turn. It's highly unlikely, but just put them on there just so that they can kind of get set up and ready to go whenever war does break out. Now, another rule that kind of coincides with the U.S. being able to move ships but still being at peace is that every ship movement has to end next to United States coast, or U.S. occupied coast. So here we ended this carrier next to Panama, which is owned by the United States. All these ships ended here by the coast of the U.S. So I don't know if that applies to ships on escort duty, because these guys, I don't have their moves ending bordering U.S. coastal territory. So if that's the case, we would only be able to put them on this line here. So, but I think I seem to recall watching other people play this game, and in their videos, they have put destroyers on escort duty, you know, 3 spaces out, that didn't end their movement at the United States, you know, at a U.S.-owned territory coast. So I think this is correct. So yeah, I think that's it for that rule. So I just wanted to get that corrected. It's not a huge deal, but yes, the U.S., when you go on escort duty, U.S. ships are only allowed to be 3 spaces out from their from U.S. occupied territory, our own territory. Okay, so let's get into Germany. We have 4 tech roles. We finished 4 techs already: radar, ASW. No, wait, that's not right. Radar, improved factories, jet fighters, and long-range aircraft. This time we're going to go for advanced mech, advanced artillery, heavy armor, and advanced submarines. So let's get the dice here on the board and see what all we get. So I seem to recall we did really well with our techs last turn, so hopefully we can replicate that luck. Let's see, we got an 8 for heavy armor, and then advanced submarines, which we aren't on the board yet for that. That's going to be at an 8 as well. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. We get 2 out of 4, and some of the more basic techs we hit on. So that's going to be advanced mechs and advanced artillery. So stage 2 for advanced mechs, stage 1 for advanced artillery. Okay. All right. All right, so let's get into some purchases here. We want to continue with the theme of purchasing a jet fighter every turn, so we're definitely going to do that. That's going to cost us 12. So let me get the German box out here. Another jet fighter. Let's see, do we want to lend-lease anything? I'm going to lend-lease another medium tank to Nationalist Spain. It's going to cost us 6. That way we can maybe see if they can launch an attack. That'll help them launch an attack maybe next turn. All right. So we'll get that on the board. Now, our Navy got pretty much obliterated during the British turn. They're on turn 9. So I think the focus going forward now is really just going to be build submarines. So I think we're gonna purchase 2 submarines. That's gonna cost 12. And then the rest of our purchases are going to be land units, just kind of reinforcing different areas. All right, so we're going to go, probably need some more heavy armor. Let's get an assessment here of the army and see what we really need. More self-propelled artillery would be good. We got 2 over here. That'll be joining up, so maybe 1 self-propelled artillery. We definitely need more over here to reinforce the Western Front. So maybe we get a regular artillery. Definitely self-propelled artillery, regular artillery, a couple of infantry. Maybe we get a strategic bomber. I think a strategic bomber would be good too. I feel like the assault on London last turn was fairly successful. A strategic bomber is going to cost 12. If we do that though, would we be able to afford everything else that we need? Let's first get self-propelled artillery for 5, and then a regular artillery for 4. So that's going to be 9. Pay 10, get 1 back. Self-propelled artillery, regular artillery. That will leave us with 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Do we invest? I don't think we invest in a strategic bomber yet. We still need more forces on the Eastern Front, especially even if we want to consider launching Operation Barbarossa next turn. We're probably going to have to wait until turn 12 anyway, just because I'm not confident with the army that we have in Poland right now to be able to do a whole lot. I mean, we would advance a little bit into Russia, but we would probably get halted in our tracks once we approach a city, because that seems to be where they're wanting to defend, is in their cities. So, another thing we have to remember to do this turn is to annex Hungary. That's the last of the 3 countries that we can annex. We've already done Romania and we've already done Bulgaria, so we get to do Hungary. I should have done Hungary last turn instead of Bulgaria, but because Hungary's worth more, it's worth 2 IPP compared to 1. Let's see. Let's get 2 more regular infantry for 6. And two armor. So 2 infantry, 2 armor. And let's go for an airborne. Okay, so we get airborne, 2 infantry, and 2 armor. 2 medium armor, that is, to be more specific. Okay. All right, let's go to combat moves. We don't really have a whole lot. This submarine here is submerged, and what we are going to do is bring him back 1, 2, 3 down to the Cape of Good Hope. And we will attempt to do some convoy raiding. Let's see, what else do we want to do here? Could bring this guy out 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's bring this guy down here. We're going to attempt to convoy raid that line. This medium tank is going to come up 1, 2, and we're going to try to attack northern Norway against that militia. And then this guy's going to come up 1, 2, pick up this airborne in southern Norway, and go 3, 4, drop him off. And then he will come back. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll land in southern Norway. So we have that combat to do. We're going to annex Hungary. We'll do that closer to the end. I don't think I'm going to do strategic bombing this time. I don't want to risk losing any of my jet fighters. So let's, if I had some like regular fighters as cover, then I probably would do it, but don't really want to risk it this turn. Okay, so let's resolve some combat. Let's do the convoy raiding first. So we have this guy here. He is in A54. So the British do get a bonus of +1 to their roll because they have radar. And we get a bonus of, we have radar and, yeah, and we have radar. So we get a bonus of 3. So 3 to 1. All right, and we, so that's a 6 to a 5. So we only do 1 damage there. Not the result I was looking for, but okay. And then we also want to put rating on this guy over here. And let's roll for him. Same situation, +3 for Germany, +1 for Britain. Much better result. Okay, so that's 9 to 4. Difference of that is going to be 5. So we did quite a bit of damage on that line. The maximum we could do there is 6. So, okay. So a total of 6 IPP damage. Okay, next up we have northern Norway. This, if we take this is going to go a long way because we will then complete the IPP bonus at the end of the turn for northern Norway. So we really need this. Okay, the airborne, we're gonna roll for the airborne first, and he will be at a, it's in the mountains, so I think he will be at a 2. And that's a fail. And then the medium armor will be at a 5. And that's a hit, okay? And then he defends at a 2. And he misses. Okay, so we take northern Norway. And we'll get a roundel out. So we finally conquered Norway. Took long enough. And that will give us +1 to our IPP, but more importantly, allow us to complete northern Norway and give us a bonus of 2. Okay. All right, let's move us up by 1 on the chart here, and then Britain will go down 1 to 26. All right. I think that's going to be it for combat moves. Let's do some non-combat. We're going to move these 2 mechanized into Paris, along with this medium armor. This artillery is going to rail to Paris. We also get to put up another fortification for the Atlantic Wall. These 2 guys, all 4 of these units in Eastern Germany are going to go into Warsaw. So that's 2 mechanized and 2 self-propelled artillery. Okay. This infantry is going to come up 1, and he's going to join this army in Warsaw. We're going to take this motorized. He's going to come up 2 into Königsberg. We have an airborne that's in Western Germany. He is going to come by air transport into Königsberg. This cavalry in Bulgaria will come up to Bessarabia. How many rails do we have left? 1. I think we have 3 rails left. Yeah, we have 3 rails left. So 2 of these infantry are going to come up, and they're going to rail one's going to come up to Warsaw. The other one's going to come all the way up to Königsberg. This Vichy, both of these Vichy ships are going to come over 1, 2, 3, and they're going to join the Italian fleet. So I'm just going to put them on the board there. That's a battleship and a heavy cruiser. We can't forget our recruitment role for Turkey. And then I think that's going to be it for non-combat. I'm going to remove this unit card for now because we don't really have many units on it. Okay. I believe we can place some units now. And okay, we'll get our Lend-Lease. He's going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the maximum supply range. We'll go into Glacier Lyon. jet fighter. We are going to put him into Berlin. 2 submarines will go here in A11. Let's see, what else do we got here? Airborne infantry. He is going to go... he's going to go into Warsaw. Self-propelled artillery is also going to go into Warsaw. Regular artillery will go into Paris, along with an infantry. Another infantry is going to go into central Romania. And we got to make sure that we get Hungary. An armor is going to go into central Romania. And this other armor is going to go... This other armor is going to go into Eastern Germany. Take that back. He's going to go into Bavaria. Okay. Let's annex Hungary. We get 2 infantry and a regular fighter. Fighter. Always good to have more units to place on the board. Okay, so Germany goes up by 2. They're at 52. We've placed all of our units. Let's do our recruitment roll for Turkey. He's going to be at a 4 or less. And that's a miss at an 11. All right, now let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. I think we got everything. Why is there an import marker over here? That's bizarre. Well, these British troop transports are import, so let's just put that there. Maybe it got moved somehow. At any rate, yeah, I think that's everything. All right, let's collect some income. Base is 52. 57 for Molotov-Ribbentrop pack. 60 for Romania. 63 for Sweden, 65 for Northern Norway. So we're going to have quite the income to spend next turn. So that's 40, 50. And 60, what did I say? 60, 57, 65. Yeah. So that's 40, 50, 60, 4, 5, 65. All right, that'll do it for Nationalist Spain and Germany turn 10. Next up will be the CCP, Republican Spain, and the USSR. Thanks for watching, and until I see you next time, take care. Bye-bye.